This is another escape that you have from side control position. It's one of the first escapes that you learn, but it's one of your bread and butter ones. It sets up a lot of good stuff, a lot of good options that you'll have. We found ourselves in side control. Now in side control, I always want to have this elbow tucked in right here, and with my arm in like a shepherd's hook, either on his hip or on his back, on his ribs, something. And with this arm, I don't want to just leave it out here dangling for him to attack. You're open to Americanas, Kimuras. I want to take my arm and trap it up here against his, I like to put it against his throat or his neck and grab onto the shoulder closest to my face. This allows me to start creating space, which is the goal. A lot of your options are to put your knee across, drag his arm up, and you can set your guard. That's a very, very common escape. But for this escape, what we want to do is once we've established this position, is to create space the exact same way. And instead of doing that, see this gap right here? See this gap right here? It makes like a big circle with our bodies. When I've created this space, I want to go under. Now I want to make sure that when I go under, I go straight under. Okay? You don't want to bring this down here and get this trapped, and then you're going to get a Doris choke, and you're in a lot of trouble here. When you get this up here, you want to go straight for his back, just in an arm weave motion. Okay? So from here, under. Now, as you switch your hips, you're not going to be able to just sit up like this and take the guy. It's not going to happen. He's going to be forcing his weight back down over you. So what you're going to have to do is switch your hips. We're going to show this from another angle, but I switch my hips and I come to my knees. Now, if he sprawls and he flattens out, that's okay. You're still in a position where you've got an underhook. Okay? But for all intents and purposes, let's say we're here. We're going to create the space, get this hook, switch our hips, and as we go, we're going to trap his leg. All right? We're going to trap over. Some guys can reach around and grab the foot. If you have longer arms and that's a possibility, all the better. I like to just grab right here, grab the outside, and I bring my feet, at least 1 foot, in close to my butt and drive him over like a football tackle. So from here, over. Now, you see that I'm using my body to compress his legs together. From here, go around, and you're in your own side control. To put that together, we're here, we're going to create space, underhook, drive. Coming up into our own side control. Side control, good arm positioning, create space, underhook. As I come up, this is like a switch kick. Here, and I'm up on my knees. Grabbing his leg, driving, coming around into our side control. In side control, I get good arm positioning, I create space. From here, I like to leave this leg here just to make sure that he can't just walk his hips up toward me and go to knee on chest or whatever. If I have this foot here, that really prevents him from doing that. Okay? From here, underhook. And again, you don't want to just slide this thing down here and get collapsed. It's got to be a good underhook. Switch your hips out hard and come up. Grabbing the far side leg, driving. Coming around into your own side control. It's one of your most basic ways to escape the side control position. It's one of my favorite ways. It's a very high percentage technique. We're going to look at a slight variation of it, one that Aaron likes to pull. It's just got one little tweak in the steps, ends you up in the dogfight instead of in your own side control.
Alright, so once again, we need good arm positioning, so I'm going to get this elbow inside of the hip pocket here, pushing away, and then again, this arm to the inside of the head, pushing the head away. Alright, now what we're going to have to do is gain our space so we can get our underhook or weaving underhook. So first I'm going to push off the ground, turn in and push away on the body. Just like this, bringing our knee to the inside. Alright, now I'm going to swing my hand through, under, and towards the outside. Okay? Now as a variation, instead of just simply standing up towards our feet, I'm going to take my outside leg here, my left leg in this case, and I'm going to come around and actually swim under his leg. Just like this. Now sometimes you will be able to get this and sometimes you won't, and that's why you'll have this variation in case you need it. So if I can grab this leg here, now I have a little bit of extra control just in case he decides that he wants to try to slide his foot over my foot. I can always just bring him right back into half guard. Alright, so I always have that option once I get that foot around. Alright, so again, I'm here after I've swimmed under the arm. I've got control over the shoulder, my knees towards the inside. I'm still blocking his far hip. My outside leg, my left leg, is going to come in, and hook underneath his foot. All right? Now, as I start to come up, what I have to do is I have to back my hand out. If I post my hand anywhere in this area, as soon as I do or try to here, he's just going to pull that arm back in, and now I'm going to go flat to my back. There's 2 shoulders on the mat is not a good idea. So I'm going to check this leg right here, and I'm going to back the hand out from under my body toward the outside. Now over here, he can't reach it. Now what I can do is post myself up and bring my leg under and my other foot up, getting me in a dog fight position. All right? So now I've got his foot pinned. I've got my foot out at a 90 degrees so I can have good firm base. And I post my shoulder inside of his body right here to make sure that I have good power. Now you can do any of your dogfight sweeps. You can grab the knee, you can grab the hand, you can plan B it out the backside, twist back, either way you want to do it. Here, grab here, push, swim over to the other side, bring your arm out, and go to your half guard. Your side control. Alright, so once again, got my hand in, checking the hip here, hand in, checking here. Now you never want to cross this too far to get it to here to where you can just push it away and then start locking up an arm triangle. So you want to make sure that your elbow is safely on the other side of his head. Alright, so here, I'm going to be pushing. Alright, I'm going to use my base leg to turn in and get my knee towards the inside and get some space. Once I've got this space right here is when I can back my arm out under his arm, grabbing his back. Alright, from here, I take my outside leg right here, go around his leg, back out my arm, post up, and swim my leg under. And then form my dog fight position. And here we can do our sweep, pull, push, over to the other side, limp arm, take the back, roll them over. Alright, so once again, hand positioning, hip against the face here. We're going to turn in, popping our body, pushing away on the hips, get our knee inside. Now I'm going to back my elbow out. If I remove my leg, you can see it. Pop my arm to the other side here. And now I'm going to come in and get my hook on this leg. Alright, now here I always have the option to go to lockdown or to go to half guard if he tries to pass. But instead, I'm going to take my right arm, back it out, swim up and under his leg, and then get my dog fight positioning here. In dog fight, I always want to be pressing in towards him. I can grab this far knee right here, pull on his lat here, push, pass, limp arm, and trap our side control. All right, here's what it looks like in real time.
It's a slight variation of the same escape. Essentially, you're ending up in the same options, but it's one more step, one more option that you have, especially if you have a little more leg dexterity, a little more flexibility. If you can get that hook in, great. If you go for it and you miss that hook, you've still got the first option that we showed. Chain them together. You always want to be working plan A, plan B. It's just like a chain. You go from link to link to link.